The Zimbabwe senior men's team, the Warriors, know which team they will be facing at this year's edition of the Cosafa Cup that is set to be played in Port Elizabeth from the 26th to the 7th of July. 26th of this month to the 7th of July. Zimbabwe start their Cosafa Group B campaign with a clash against the Comoros on the 27th before they play Zambia 3 days later. And wrapping up their group stage fixtures, clash against Kenya. Quickly on this one, right now we don't even know which team is going to be playing there. Well, without preempting what we're going to be talking about as well, but just looking at that lineup, I'm thinking Kenya. We played against them recently, that four-team tournament in Malawi. We played against Zambia as well. And Comoros, we will be meeting them in the first time in a long time. But these are the fixtures that Zimbabwe is going to play.
Yeah, if you look at the teams that are in our group, I think most people are looking at Kenya for how they performed, especially on that Four Nations tournament. Remember, it was an international break that time, so they had to bring everyone who plays even abroad was a participator. But this time around, they were just invited, so obviously they would have most of their local-based players that are going to be coming down, the same as us, which means Isusu, we can add even few foreign-based if we want. Those that are playing, especially for the under-21s or even under-23s, playing abroad. Then if you look at Zambia as well, remember they pulled out, I think in Malawi, in that Four Nations, they pulled out, and they didn't bring in most of their players as well. And there's turmoil in Zambia. Most of the players that are being called in the national team, even the foreign players, they are not even coming. Some of them. Some are coming, some are not. So maybe they are going to be taking this Cosafa seriously and bring in a whole lot of guys. But Shekuti under 23, Howard, yeah, it's just a name, Shekuti under 23. But remember, under 23 is more like a senior national team because it's not a junior team in Enge Irigo, it's just a name itself. So those guys that we think, especially us as Zimbabweans, those that we think can make it into the senior national team, we can take them now to Cosafa and see how they can perform. And it's better we pick them now and give them time because those 3 games, they are very important. We may go to the semi-final and final again, so which means we can add them to 5. So we need all those guys. Varkunzi Vacho maybe as second best in our national team. Shekuti under 23 is just a name. Shekuti under 23.
So this is what we've heard. Do we even have a coach to take the team there?
But our national under 23 coach didn't take
Chiragwi. But I'm
so can we go under 23, which means take Chiragwi.
Has it been confirmed?
But my national team coaches are point under 20 coach are point under 23 coach are point senior national team interim.
Yeah, but remember, it's the senior men's team that's going
but
to.
But for us,
to who said that?
Obviously the NC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Vero, I don't know. Maybe you need to come in there. Who came out saying it's the under-23s who are going? And number 2, wouldn't this be an opportunity for us as Zimbabwe? Look how we played at the recent World Cup qualifiers. Bring in the same team so that they get time together. Right now, those players who are based in Europe are on a break because there is the Euro going on right now. So which means teams in Europe have released their players. So we've got those players on holiday. Why don't we bring together this group that we had in South Africa so that they try and work on telepathy and all, play those 3 games. If they proceed to the next, probably there are 2 more games. And come, September when the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers are there, we now know whether we've got a coach who has come in or what, but we've got a base to select from.
Well, I think for a start, looking at where we are right now, just a few days before the kickoff, the Cosafa kickoff, I'm not so sure what the NC is thinking because they've been mum about the coach. So I'm looking at a situation whereby most likely we are going to see the same guys who have been at the qualifiers coming back to take the Warriors for the Cosafa. But I think just like you said, this is supposed to be a platform whereby maybe we are trying to build something. Let's bring in the guys who showed the potential from the previous games that we just played. Let's take those guys, let's bring them onto the Cosafa and probably blend with a few more that we feel maybe need the chance to go and show us what they can offer. But I think this Cosafa is supposed to be maybe a platform whereby we build what we want going forward, because we can't be bringing in new names after every tournament. So maybe because we have a few players that we pinpointed from the qualifiers whom we felt that maybe this is the future for Zimbabwe, they need to come back. They need to blend with a few others that still need the opportunity. Then we see if we have something tangible going forward.
Don't you think, Kuti, it's also we need to build something that we know? Because I want to remember there are going to be CHAN qualifiers as well. So CHAN qualifiers are going to be played by local best players. That's why I'm always saying, let's have the team that we think are the best, locally based, and players zacho dzongo iswa mteam imomo wenda ku Cosafa. When CHAN comes, you don't need to pick vamwe foot kuti I know these ones should come and play CHAN, and because ukuramba muchingotora vanhu muchingoda, you know what, a cap arifana kungopiwa just like that. Award cap unofana kuve very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.